Hey guys, I had twins 7 years ago, and breastfeeding twins is possible, but it's not easy. So for me, breastfeeding started again with my two kids before the twins. The first one, I had milk supply, but she wasn't interested. Literally, she was like, I don't want. And if you've been pregnant before and had milk supply ready there, my breasts were engorged, they were hard, they were huge, so that milk had to come up. But my baby was like, no, I'm not interested. And it gets painful because the milk is not coming out, so your body is creating your body's making this milk and creating this milk, and it has nowhere to go. So it was hard for me to try and figure out, what am I going to do, and the midwife, bless her, she was like, oh, just put her on. And but she just would cry. So I was like, you know what, it's okay, we'll give her powdered milk. I don't even remember how my breast got back to normal without her breastfeeding. Then the second pregnancy, which was a boy, he was interested in breastfeeding. He would latch perfectly, cool, but there was milk. Okay, same scenario as the first one. Breast engorged, huge, hard, just needing to be drained, basically. He would go on, but for some reason he would suck on he would try and suckle, but I don't know, it wasn't coming out. I don't know why it wasn't coming out. And again, midwife was like, put him on, it will come through, blah blah blah. I put him on, nothing was coming through, and he would cry because he's hungry and he's not getting fed. So because I kept putting him on, as the midwife advised, my nipples cracked. They cracked to the point where like skin was literally coming. It literally was like a wound, a basically open wound. And the midwife was like, no, put him on. Honestly, it was the most painful. It was so painful putting him on, and he would suck, because when they're hungry, they just keep sucking. It was so painful. I would literally sit there in tears putting him on, and I was like, oh my God, I can't keep doing. I couldn't keep doing. I gave up. I was like, no, sorry, I can't. Hygienically, I was like, this is not hygienic. It's just nasty. Okay, because literally he's sucking on a wound. And I just gave up. I was like, you know what? We'll go formula. We're good. It's okay. The twins. Guys, guess what? Yes. The twins, the milk came through, guys, and they did not even suckle. They were not put on the breast, because obviously they were in the incubators, wires, machines, things on his face. They didn't get to be put on the breast. But somehow, by God's grace, God said, I'm going to give you peace. I'll give you mercy. Okay. You will create milk. And it came through, guys. It came through. I was so happy. I was so proud of it. It's like, I was so like, oh my God, I actually have breast milk. I was so happy. But it's weird though, because I was like, I thought breasts come in when they suckle, right? When you put them on and they try to, suck. I thought that's how it comes in, but mine just came in. So obviously, because I wasn't able to breastfeed them, what I'd done is I went in when I would go in hospital to see them. I would pump, and the day I put on that pump and it done what it needs to do, it just it came to us like, woo. I was like, guys, and I know this is so silly, but for me, I was like, oh my God, I actually filled 2 bottles. The first time I was like, what? I'm so silly. I'm so giddy. But I was so proud. I was like, oh my God, well done, buddy. Well done, buddy. So I was able to, pump, and then they'll put them in the fridge, and then they'll give them, because obviously being prem, it's really good for them to get the breast milk, even though it was for the first few days or so, it was going through the tube through their nose. After a few days, they were able to give them the bottle. So sometimes when we would come in, if there was still some milk in the bottles, we would, give them the bottle and stuff. And also, once they were off some of the machines, I was able to put them on the breast, and they fed, which was brilliant. Then when we got home, I was like, oh, let me continue. I'll continue breastfeeding and stuff. Cool. Now, it didn't work out how I planned, because it was all good the first night, second night, third night, it was not happening, because they would wake up every other hour to breastfeed. Now, it's not one, it is two of them. So I figured out, after YouTubing and stuff, how to feed two twins at the same time. So I put them both on and they would feed, but they were not getting full. They were not getting enough milk. And for me, I was starting to get really sleep deprived because every other hour I'm waking up, and then in the daytime I have to stay up with them, and that kind of thing. I was tired and I couldn't do it anymore. So I gave up, and I was like, you know what? We'll go formula. Honestly, Danny, with the two before, they were good. So we went on formula. For Bella, she went on normal formula. Uriah had to get prescribed milk because of his low weight. They had to give him this milk, which has a lot of fat in it, to get him to put on weight. He had that for, I felt like maybe 4 or 5 months or something. He was on it for a while. And once his weight, came up, they stopped giving him the prescribed milk. But breastfeeding twins is possible, but it's the willpower to go, and the sleep deprived that just, for me, it went out the window. Once I couldn't have to wake up every few hours, I was like, nah. I was like, sorry, babies, I tried, but and because breast milk is watery, this is why breastfed babies feed often and frequently, is because the breast milk is watery. It doesn't have that fat that formula has. So doing two, I was like, yeah, I tried, but sorry, babies, mama can't do it. But that's my story of trying to breastfeed twins. So if this helped you, don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe.